A train carrying workers and passengers was moving through the hills of Zambia, heading toward a tunnel known as Bennett's Tunnel, not far from Livingston. It was a normal journey. Nothing unusual. Nothing that would make anyone think twice. But what happened next has never been fully explained. Witnesses later said they saw the train approach the tunnel. It slowed slightly, then disappeared into the darkness, just like every train before it. And that should have been the end of it. But it wasn't, because the train never came out the other side. At first, no one panicked. Trains can be delayed. Mechanical issues happen. But minutes turned into hours. And hours turned into something else entirely. Silence. Railway workers near Livingston were alerted. Search efforts began almost immediately. People walked along the tracks, calling out, checking every section of the tunnel. But when they reached the other end, there was nothing there. No train, no wreckage, no sign that anything had passed through. And that's where the story becomes difficult to understand. Because a train does not simply disappear. Investigators examined the tunnel itself. They checked for collapses, hidden exits, any possible explanation. But the structure was intact. The tracks were clear. Everything looked normal. And yet, the train was gone. Some believed there had to be a logical explanation, a hidden track, a mistake in reporting, something that had been missed. But others weren't so sure. Stories began to spread. Locals spoke of strange occurrences around Bennett's Tunnel, unusual sounds, echoes that didn't match movement. Some even claimed the tunnel felt different at night, as if it carried something more than just darkness. And this is where the mystery deepens, because no official explanation ever fully closed the case. No confirmed wreckage was ever publicly presented. No final report that answered every question. Just a story that refuses to disappear. Over time, the railway continued to operate. Trains still passed through the tunnel, but for those who knew the story, it never felt like just another tunnel. Because every time a train entered, there was always the thought, what if something like that could happen again? And that leaves a question that still hasn't been answered. What really happened inside Bennett's Tunnel? Was it something simple, a mistake, an event that was never properly explained, or something far more unusual, something that doesn't fit into normal understanding? Because everything about that moment seemed normal. The tracks were clear, the tunnel was intact, nothing appeared out of place, and yet the train was gone. No wreckage, no final signal, no clear explanation of what went wrong. And maybe that's what makes this story so unsettling. Not what we know, but what we don't. Because sometimes the most disturbing mysteries aren't the ones filled with evidence. They're the ones where everything looks exactly as it should, except for the one thing that matters most. History is not old. History is living inside us. One day, one event, one lesson. Mr. Feedy,